Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Honolulu. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday morning. Nice way to kick off the show there. So if we flip over to this other shot, hold on, let me flip over to this other shot here. This truck's in the way, hold on. Let's flip over to this shot. You can see the sun has not even officially risen yet here. The sun rise today is at 6:54, so we're still 5 minutes away from official sunrise here. It's that time of year. These 6:45 shows won't start. We'll start before the sunrise until mid-January. Then we'll start going the other way. Hello, Brandon, Alan. Thanks, Rose, for being here. So it looks very cool on the 360 camera. I know a couple of you are over there right now. Hello, Uncle Plane Guy, Jolly Roger, RSVP, Legalized Chef. Hello, CFI on the fly. Fritz. Yeah, we have Rainbow Love in the house early this morning. Hello, Rainbow Love. Jonathan's here. Hello, Jonathan. I did see your email, Jonathan. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet. Sorry about that. Mark's here. Hello, Mark. So we're having a lot of new people here today. Welcome. So we're gonna start something today. It's hopefully it's not one of those things that's funny to me and not funny to everyone else, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how it goes. So today, what's that coming up behind me? That might be that 7-4 that just landed coming up behind me. Today is the first day of the 12 streams of Christmas. Today is stream 1. Stream 1 of the 12 streams of Christmas. So I know that a lot of you are wondering what the first item is on the 12 streams of Christmas. So on the first stream of, Opsmas. I said it wrong twice already. Opsmas, the 12 streams of Opsmas. Yes, sorry. Sometimes it's hard to get certain sayings out of your head. The 12 streams of Opsmas. So on the first day of Opsmas, your live streamer brings to you a Pualani 717. So we're going to start the stream with that. Well, start Opsmas with that. Of course, the Aloha Air Cargo didn't want to play nice and ruin my whole gag here, but that's okay. So the song that I'll be making up as we go along this 12 streams, the first one is a Pualani 717. So tune in tomorrow to stream 2 to find out what you get on stream 2. So the first day of Opsmas, you get a Pualani 717, which we had in the show a second ago, but I wasn't quite ready with the graphic yet. So if I time this right, I hope so. CFI on the fly, I really hope so. Oh, I got hot opinions on that one, Shimp. Don't get me started on that one. I got hot opinions on that one. So all month long, well, until the 25th, we're going to do the 12. I think I have this planned out. We have, so if you're following along, we have 12 streams scheduled in my brain, and the 12th one should be Christmas Day. Or Opsmas Day. You know, Michael, I tried to figure out an advent calendar for this whole thing, but that was just, it was a lot of work just making this graphic. So, and then coming up with the song. So it's just, I don't have that kind of time to, I was started on a advent calendar, and then I was like, oh, this is too much work, and so maybe next year we'll do an advent calendar. So going, oh, there's my truck. I want this truck right here. Look at that. It scissor lifts up in the bed, has railings already. I want that truck. That's what I want for Opsmas right there. So just to recap, on the first day of Opsmas, your live streamer brought to you a Pualani 717. So we'll add to that every day until Opsmas Day, and then we'll go about our merry way. So we'll take these banners out. We'll add the little tiny banner at the top. Look at that. Really proud of these banners. They came out really nice. And we have one more thing to talk about. Picture, SD card, bring this in to coincide with. Oh, I have that's the wrong graphic. I should delete these graphics when they're done. Where is it? I put it on here. Weird. I don't know where that graphic is. Because I put it on here last night. Maybe it's in SD card, overlays. Ah, there we go. There it is. That's better. There we go. Try this one. Ooh, man, if you guys are on... Oh, let's take this out. This is cooler than... Look at this. Right over Diamond Head. Look at how pretty that is. I spell it Patrick, Linda. Okay, don't get ahead of me, Keith. I'm working. You gotta patience. We're on day 1. We're on stream 1 of Opsmas. Don't start making up stream 10. That I don't know, Legalized Shemp, but I can check. Look at that beautiful sunrise. Look at that. Vicarious Vegas. The fence is 8 feet high, plus I believe the barbed wire, so it's about 9 feet high, really. They raised it from 6 feet a couple of months ago. Hello back to Oklahoma. Hello, Dreambird. All right, let's go back to the graphic now. All right. So to coincide with our 12 streams of Opsmas, we're going to do a promo all Opsmas long. We're going to go all the way through Opsmas Day, which is the 25th. Free shipping on any order over $20. This is a very popular promo. We always get people love the free shipping. So anything in the shop, as long as your order equals $20 US or more, you will get free shipping anywhere in the world. Well, anywhere it legally ships. Like, I don't. There's like 40 countries I can't legally ship to. So, but if you're in one of those other 180 countries or ish, this promo's for you. Just enter the promo Opsmas, OPSMAS, at checkout. So our next plane out, well actually our first plane out, should be American. Hopefully they don't take it out the other side. It's heading off to LA with the extra X. It's AA flight 164. It's cruising down Alpha right now. So Brandon, somewhere in my office, I have about $500 billion in Zimbabwe money. So I have about $500 billion in that. Trillion? Yeah, I got a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I have over $1 billion. I think I have 500 billion. Lima Papa, I do take requests. If you see something you'd like in a design you'd like in a long sleeve shirt, I can make that happen. I just don't do long sleeve shirts. I mean, if you're watching on the 360 cam, you might notice I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt today, but generally I don't think of long sleeve shirts because it's always hot. Here, anyway. Hello, Travis. Good to see you. John Canas. All the cool kids in the house today. Hello, Jake and Grifter. Alright. So I think that AA is going to come down here. It's making the turn onto Juliet right now. We'll see if it makes a hard left or keeps going straight. Yeah, yesterday it was extremely hot here. It's like 91 with the temperature humidity index. It was very uncomfortable. So I apologize today for doing a stream. I didn't do a stream yesterday. Usually I stream. If you're new here, usually I do stream on Tuesdays, not Wednesdays. But I had something Monday night that I knew would go late. Well, it was temperature humidity index was 91. I think it was like 86, really, but it felt like 91. Brandon. So I had something on Monday night. I went and saw a concert on Monday night, and I knew I wouldn't get home. I knew I wouldn't get home in time to have a nice night's sleep, so I postponed Tuesday's stream to Wednesday today. So if you're interested, I went and saw the Pixies. 4 days, Martin. Martin will be here in 4 days, all right. Somewhere over here, is that American? I think it's tucked, yeah, there it is. So it's coming out here. I went and saw the Pixies on the very entertaining show. Not a small club, not a tiny club, but I don't know, 1,000 people, I guess. I don't know how many people the Republic holds. About 1,000, I guess. So it was sold out, a little crowded, but it was really good, Legalized Shemp. I wish I would have known you thought. I actually had an extra ticket. Mrs. Reverse Ops was not able to go. I had an extra. I actually had a ticket. I offered it to my Facebook friends. Hello, Herman. Good to see you. Got German Munster in the house. Michael, I kind of like the. I'm more of a fan of overnight flights. Mrs. Reverse Ops is not, but I'm more of a fan of overnight flights out of Hawaii. For the simple reason that if I leave here at night, I can get to LA in the morning. And if I'm going to LA, that still gives me the full day in LA without having to take an extra day off. I don't like having to take a day off to travel if I can help it. Hello, Sentex, good to see you. Hello, Josh. Good to see you. Yeah, just an average plane spotter. As mentioned in the chat, we're gonna get the new livery Korean Dreamliner today. And we're also going to get the 747 today. Korean has added a second flight for the entire, I think it's the entire month of December. I didn't check after Christmas. But Korean Air has added, like I said, added a second flight. Today it will be the 747-8. Unfortunately, it's at 11:20, I believe. And that puts it well after our drop dead date, or drop dead time here. We got to get out of here before 10. But we will catch it on Saturday. This coming Saturday's show. So it'll be here all month as the second flight. Yesterday and the day before, it was the Korean Air 777. So that was very interesting. I got to see on Monday, I got to see the new livery 777. So now I think I've seen all three. I've seen the Dreamliner in the new livery, the 747 in the new livery, which was here back in November. And then, yeah, Monday I got to see the 777 in the new livery. So I think that's all of them. I'm not sure if any of their smaller ones have got the new livery yet, but the ones that come to the United States, I've seen all three now. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly time flies, Legalized Simp. I was, the two people I went with are the two people I saw the Pixies with last time I saw the Pixies. And that was almost, it was right at 20 years ago. I was like, holy cow. I can't remember if it was right after I moved to Hawaii or right before I moved to Hawaii. Because there was I can't remember if it was a trip back to Texas I saw him or right before I left. So it was right around 20 years ago either way. I did see Black Francis, the lead singer of the Pixies, open up for the Ramones once. That was pretty cool. He came out on a stool with an acoustic guitar, just him. And he played acoustic versions of a bunch of Pixie songs and then a bunch of his solo stuff. Guess Wednesdays aren't as busy as I thought they were. We do have a Aloha air cargo coming up from the south. That's a 737-400. That looks like it should come in for right. Also have a couple of planes lit up on the Hawaiian ramp. The Dreamliner, the Hawaiian Dreamliner. It's heading off to Seattle. It's Hawaiian Flight 990. That'll be out here in just a minute. That should go all the way out here. It should not leave on the other runway. And then the former Stitch livery Hawaiian 717. It's also coming out. That's heading off to Hilo. I don't think that one has the stickers on it anymore. Of course, one of them has the stickers on one side, but not the other. I don't know. Okay. Why is that not doing that? I think I turned it off. Oh, I did turn it off. Let's try that again. Ah, that makes it works a little easier when it's turned on. So our good friend JP Mac 007 celebrating 4 months with us at the 717 level. Thank you very much. was enjoying 4 months of membership. Well, that's good. I like it when people enjoy their memberships. Makes me happy. So, Rainbow Love, we are at 19,898 subscribers right now. We're trying to get to 20,000 by the end of the year, so we got 102 left to go. I think we can do this. I think we can make it. So if any of you have not subscribed, and I know by my statistics about half of you that are listening to the sound of my voice are not subscribed to the channel. If you could hit that subscribe button, it would really help me out. We're trying to get over 20, get up with the big boy streamers, or at least closer to the big boy streamers. El Toro, the Matson truck is waiting to go inside the air side of the airport, so he's waiting to go through the security gate. So I think he was waiting for his truck that's going to escort him to wherever he's going. So he's moving on now. But they have to do a complete inspection of the truck before they let it in, so it was taking a while. For a long time, I was wondering, there's a thing over here by the guard shack. They have a set of stairs and a set of air stairs there that is sitting next to the guard shack, and they're always sitting there. I was trying to, for the longest time, I didn't know why they would put them there. I was very confused. And then I realized what they're there for. Does anybody know why they have stairs there? So this is that Aloha air cargo I was telling you about a minute ago. Rainbow Love's over there making promises she can't keep. You know, I would have thought it'd be a roof check too, but they never checked the roof. Like, they didn't check the roof of that semi-truck that just went through. It's for looking inside dump trucks. You get a lot of dump trucks coming through here. And it's to look inside the dump truck. Our good friend Centex Rail Productions is celebrating 8 months at the 321 level. Oh, it's in the mail. I think hopefully I'm saying this right. Every time I read it, I'm concerned I'm saying it wrong. Pyrography. Centex Rail Productions is making a burnt wood, burnt wood. I don't know how to describe that. It's burnt wood sign. It's really cool looking if you see it. He's posted a couple pictures on Discord. But he's sending it to me, and I have the... I know what I'm going to do with it. I know exactly what... Well, for one day, I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to... We're going to be at the... we're going to be at the AvCon in Atlanta. I get a table at the AvCon. I'm going to put it on my table at AvCon. So thank you for that, and thank you for 8 months. I look forward to seeing it. I got your email last night with the tracking number, so thank you. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess so. Vicarious Vegas. Well, sure. In front of the fire. Oh. What's weird is how many. Speaking of being in front of the fire, how many houses in Hawaii have fireplaces? It's kind of took me off guard when I first moved here. How many? So. There's a lot of houses up, especially up in the hills. They have fireplaces. There's a lot of people in my neighborhood who have fireplaces. So as you can see, there's not a lot of clouds in front of us, and there's actually really not a lot of clouds behind us either. So very clear day. The fog is gone. Ooh, we just hit 19,900 thanks to the 2 of you that subscribed. Okay, so the Dreamliner is getting very close. It should be within view in a second. It's coming down Juliet right now. So the next departure will be that... Yeah, Clifford. It's not. It's one of those things where when I first moved here, you think Hawaii hot. You don't realize that the higher you get, it does get cooler. Like at my house is kind of up in the mountains. It's not super high up because there's not a lot super high up here. Like on Maui. Maui, you can get up pretty high. And Big Island too, but I guess we're at 800 feet above sea level. I think we're somewhere around there, and it's usually 10 degrees cooler up there at night than it is down here at the airport. So if it's 68 down here, it could be around 50 up there. And if you have no central heating in your house, 50 can be kind of cold. Clifford, is that up in Kalihi Valley or is that down in Kalihi Mauka or Makai there? The trees in the shot with the mountains, they're just the kind of the there's a golf course over there, and they're kind of around the golf course. didn't turn my ATC on. I'll have to do that here in a minute. Yeah, it's a little chilly out here, Clifford. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't know what the temperature is exactly where I'm standing, but it is a little cool. So I was talking with someone in the know about these Dreamliners. These Hawaiian Air Dreamliners. There's 4 of them now. There's going to be a lot more, but they won't be Hawaiian. There's 4 now that all have the Pualani colors, the Pualani livery. All the rest that have been ordered will be in the Northern Lights livery, the Alaska Northern Lights livery. So of the 4 they have currently, 2 of them are going to go away pretty soon. And they're going to go do the longer Alaska flights that they've talked about. I believe Rome and maybe one of the Japan ones, I forget. But the 2 of them are going to go away, and they're going to leave 2 here for about 2 years, he said, doing this flight, these Seattle flight. But eventually all 4 of the ones that are currently painted in Hawaiian livery will be painted in the Northern Lights livery. So there'll be no Dreamliners painted in the Hawaiian livery after a couple of years. So RSVP, the only place that you could do that really is the Big Island. They do use thermal over on the Big Island for electricity, I believe. I don't know if anybody gets their house heated with it. But the only place with active volcanoes is the Big Island, so that's really the only place you could do it. There is a company doing, like I said, electricity with it. But that's, as far as I know, that's it. I don't know of anything else. All right, thank you, Linda. All right. Hope you use the code, right? Make sure you use that code. Free shipping. But thank you, Linda. Should be getting pretty close to the first A380. Oh yeah, John has it in the chat there. 735. It's actually right over Koalina right now. It is the orange one this morning first. Vicarious Reyes, they will be eventually. Not right away, but they will all be changing to the, not the Alaska Air livery, they'll be changing to the brand new Northern Lights livery, which is Alaska's newest livery. I don't think any planes are painted in that yet, but they have, if you Google search Alaska Northern Lights livery, that might be a little generic to Google, but there's renderings of it out there. It actually looks really nice. I like it a lot. Yeah, Alaska's going to go to Rome. I believe that starts in March or May. I can't remember. It's one of the M months. They say it's because of demand from Seattle to Rome. There's a lot of demand to go from Seattle to Rome. But coincidentally, the head of Alaska Airlines is Italian-American, and he said in an interview that he's looking forward to being able to fly on his own airline to visit his mother. So take that what you will, whether it's really demand or whether the Alaska CEO just said, hey, I want to go to Rome because my mother lives there. Thank you, Matthew. So if you're new here, on Saturdays we're usually up by the other runway to watch these arrivals. So if you want to see the turtle planes or any of the other big heavies come in all the way to touchdown, our Saturday show is usually better for that. We're up at the other end of Lagoon Drive. Yeah, Vicarious. I'm actually looking forward to the to see about the London flight, because I don't have a lot of there's not a lot of options for London on oneworld from Hawaii. You pretty much have to take American to either LA or Phoenix, and then take British from there. Of course, I did do it once where I went here to DFW and then took a British A380 to London. I actually had to call American to get that flight because they wouldn't offer it to me online because the lady told me they wouldn't offer it online because the layover was too long. But I wanted to take that flight to get on the A380. Well, Matthew, I really don't think, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds here, but I don't think Alaska cares anymore. They say they do. I don't think they really do. I mean, the entire airline is based in Seattle, so what does that tell you? This is one of the, we should get 2 of these today. I didn't actually look today, but we should get 2 of these. It's FedEx 757s. They're using these, they're bringing these inner island now. And then they'll zip off. They go here and Maui and Lanai, I think. And then they'll zip back to the mainland. They were doing this before the MD-11s were grounded, so this is not a response to the MD-11s. This is something they were doing before. Personally, I haven't seen an uptick in other flights because the MD-11s are not here. I've seen a couple of more UPS 767s in the morning, but usually the MD-11s for both airlines would come in the afternoon and I wouldn't see them anyway, so I really haven't seen an uptick in other aircraft to replace the MD-11s. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining too much about Alaska Airlines and them being in Seattle, because you got to do what you got to do. I mean, in this day and age, I mean, airlines aren't doing very well as a general rule. So you can't just, it's not like the good old days of aviation where you can just keep throwing money at stuff and you're never going to run out of money. They're running out of money, and you got to do whatever you can that makes you think's going to make business sense. For instance, the Hawaiian merger, or the Hawaiian acquisition. I mean, it's good for Alaska because they get to spread out with the aircraft and the routes and things. But it's also good for Hawaiian because many industry experts say if they weren't bought by back-to-back 757s over there. If they weren't bought by Alaska, they'd be out of business in 5 years, or at least in bankruptcy in 5 years. Because they are hemorrhaging money. Oops, I keep losing that. I don't know why. Yeah, Matthew, we have 3 of the MD-11s here. There's one up on the hard ramp, the north hard ramp, which is near Terminal 3 if you're looking on a map. It's parked up there. It's usually where the DHL planes end up, if you're familiar. You watch the stream a lot. There's 2 more here. There's another UPS and then a FedEx one here. They were over by Aloha Air Cargo's ramp, but they got moved to Hickam, so they're actually sitting on Hickam right now because the airport here didn't have the room. So they've actually asked our neighbors, Hickam, if they could stick them over there for a little while. Pardon me. So the rest of the week, we're going to back to normal schedule. We're going to do a stream tomorrow at our regular time here in the morning. And then we're going to go and do Saturday as well. Saturday, I'm not sure where we're going to be in the morning because I was thinking about coming down here in the morning because Mrs. Reverse Ops is actually heading off to LA with the Extra X on Saturday morning. That American Airlines flight that we saw leave just a little while ago, that'll be her flight on Saturday. She's going to head off to go to Disneyland with my sisters. So I don't know if we're going to come down here and watch the plane leave. She doesn't have a window seat. She likes the aisle seat, so she has an aisle seat, so she won't be able to shine a flashlight or anything, but thank you, H. Dot. Very good friend H. Dot has gifted 1 reverse off membership, so thank you. It looks like Dirk is the recipient, so if you're in the chat, Dirk, could you join me in thanking H. Dot? I really appreciate it. Alright, so the next one coming in here, this is Southern Airways Express. That's Mokulele Airlines. That's a Cessna Grand Caravan EX coming in from Lanai. The next one going out on this side is a 717. It's heading off to Maui. It is already at the end of the runway. I'm pretty sure it'll wait for the Southern, though. Thanks again, H. Dot. Alright, so we'll take the Southern first, then we'll come back and get the 717. Should be somewhere to the right of that. There we go. beginning to look a lot like Opsmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree at the Grand Hotel. Any more than that, I'll get copyrighted. Hello, O'Malley. How are you? We have a tiny loud one coming in around the corner. Oh, there it is. This one's heading off to Sydney. It's a Gulfstream 650 ER. Legalized Shemp, I don't think they give channel memberships to people who already have a membership. I think it's people who've watched the stream recently but are not channel members is where the list comes from. I don't think people who are already a paying member get gifted memberships. Next one coming in on the other side while we're waiting for some smaller planes on this side is a 330 coming in from Tokyo. It's Hawaiian. That should be... There's the little one we're waiting on. There's the 330. Uh-oh. It turned around on us? Wah, wah. Well, that's a bummer. So if you're a local plane spotter and you want to come out and catch that Korean 747, it's currently scheduled for 11 a.m. arrival. I believe it leaves in the 1 o'clock hour. Today it's the baby blue one. Today it's the older livery, but keep an eye out. They should bring the new one in eventually. They brought it in last time it was here. We have another 747 though. This one's an 8F, 8 freighter. It is over Waimanalo right now, so it should be. We'll see where it. Mostly it'll come in. Most likely it'll come in 8 left. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And I lost. Oh, there it is. I lost the Gulfstream.
Wind 3304.
Hello, Fred. Good to see you. Should be under 40 days for Fred. I think we're down to 4 days for Martin. I think we're under 40 days for Fred. Well, it wouldn't be surprising if it's not on flight radar, because the last several months, once they get about 2 hours outside of Japan, they disappear off flight radar for some reason. And then they show up when they get around Kauai, so it wouldn't be surprising if it's just off flight radar. Uh, 2 hours? Oh no, that's that would be 2 hours is about right when we'll be ending. Matthew, oh, 29 days now. Wow. This is Kamaka Air. It's a cargo master, Cessna cargo master. Take care, Matthew.
Turn right next to Delta, got that ground. Delta, contact ground 1445. Engineering, go ahead. Engineering, 715 on way 48. You need to barrier up.
All right, so that one in the front's going to Sydney. That's that rich person plane. Behind it, we have a 737-400 heading off to Hilo. That's the one on the right. That's Aloha Air Cargo. So last night, after work, I put Opsmas lights on the truck. I have little Christmas lights that I put on the truck here. So as I'm driving on the road, you'll see green and red lights. I'll have to check that out, Legalized Chimp. I was thinking about that. I thought the station at the airport would have a little better view, but we got off there in the members only stream that we did last week, and it wasn't as good a view. I thought it'd be a better view of the Honus and stuff, but they're kind of blocked. So I'll have to check out the Lagoon Drive station. We didn't get out at that station. Wonder how long it would take for me to get kicked out of there if I started streaming from there. Probably would take about 5 minutes. The Majuro flight's heading down here, hopefully. Then we have two more 757s behind it. 757 morning, apparently. Those are both the United flights, LAX and SFO, respectively. I don't know why I said respectively. That doesn't make no much sense. That don't make no sense. Since they're both the same.
7981, yes, the other side. Real pleasure for 7981. For 7981, change for only 4 right, clear land, top 5th, this on the side left. Forward, clear land, this for 7981. And 132, well, tire cross on way left to Juliet.
Legalized Shemp, I was surprised how much of Pearl Harbor you can see from the train, though. I thought they would have a wall up along the track, so you couldn't be on the train looking down, but you can pretty much see everything. A little surprising.
F-22 caravan ahead on departure, fighting 155, runway 4 left to takeoff. Coverage 5 and heading 155 on departure. 4 left to takeoff.
So no, personally, I don't have a aviation background. My dad worked for American for a long, long time when I was a child. Before I was even a child, until he passed away. So he worked for American for a long time. So I had a lot of times when I was around that and around the airport and around airplanes as a kid, and that's kind of just developed into a lifelong love of airplanes. I did try it a couple times to get jobs at airlines, but it just, at the timing, never worked out, and so. But I've been occasionally plane spotting for my whole life. Pretty serious plane spotting for the last 12 or 13 years out here at the airport. And then we've been doing these live streams for about 2.5 years or so. So as you might have seen that in the background, that UPS Queen is getting a little close. So we're going to go, right as soon as this goes in the distance, we're going to flip over to it. So there's the, should be somewhere, there it is. Yeah, my dad worked for American at LaGuardia. And then he moved down to DFW. That's how I ended up in Texas.
short inbound, turn right on us, so for 7981. For 7981, that's Echo contact ground point 9. Echo calls ground point 9, for 7981.
Yeah, I've been doing aviation photography for a long time. That's mostly what my Instagram channel is. Instagram is also reverse ops. A friend of mine is a private pilot. We used to go up, we used to rent a Cessna and go up all the time before he moved to the mainland. We used to go up all the time. But we could fly over to Molokai and we'd fly over to Lanai, and it was a lot of fun. Why is this? One of my favorite trips that we took is we flew over to Molokai, and on the way there we flew the entire north side of the island. And we flew down and then did a U-turn and then came back and landed at the airport. But the entire north coast of Molokai is amazing. It's the tallest sea cliffs in the world. So the entire north side is basically a cliff. Some of them up to, 3,000, 4,000 feet above sea level is just straight down. And they have these amazing waterfalls that they're so tall that they end up just disappearing into the mist. It's awesome. That was one of my fondest memories of hanging out with him. It was a lot of fun. We used to go to Lanai and take the bus from the resorts. So that Delta there was heading off to LA with the extra X. It's a 76. Looks like both of those 757s are on the way, and they're going to have a couple more around them. We should have a Aloha Air Cargo be next. That's heading off to Kona. Then a United 757 that's heading off to SFO. Oh, V Zenith. I was tracking that flight. It's actually there's actually a couple people who've done that, but recently I was the most recent one. I was tracking that flight. I was going to come down here to get a picture of it, but he came in super late. Not, maybe not super late, but dark. Yeah, upper. If it's a sight you'll never forget if you see it. It's amazing. The whole island of Molokai is awesome. Me and Mrs. Reverse Ops spent a few days back there. Days there back a few years ago. It was so amazing, so beautiful.
United 3, 8 right left point. Southwest 284 on tower, cross runway left to do it. United 373,
Thank you very much, Jane. Our good friend Jane Chu and Awesome Mod has gifted one Reverse Ops membership. Looks like, is that Carlton is the recipient? So please join me in thanking Jane.
Yeah, 1221 Hall Tower, cross runway left to do it. Cross 8 left at Julia, United 1221.
So this next one is Hawaiian Flight 810. It's heading off to LA with the Extra X. This is the last old Hawaiian livery. So I'm gonna try to get a shot of it. You can see the side. So the font is different on Hawaiian. There's no silver miley around the fuselage, and the tail is different. The Pualani is the same, but or similar, but the purples are all different colors and a slightly different design on the new one. Not huge changes, but this is the last of the old ones. They just recently painted the last 717 that was in this livery just recently. They flew it to Louisiana. So speaking of planes they loaded up with fuel tanks, they loaded that one up and sent it from here, I think, to San Francisco. Well, they sent it to California and then they sent it off to Louisiana to get painted. V Zenith. We're usually down. We're usually down at the other end to see that once or twice a week. It just depends on my schedule and what's going on and what I think's coming in or out. So usually once or twice a week we're down there. There is this road. I'll just show you. Let's see if we can just show you. So we are right here. We are right there. See where that X is? That is where we are today. That is the Lagoon Drive General Aviation parking lot. It's at the end of Lagoon Drive. So that's why we come down here to get the departures off of 8 right, which is this runway. It's called the Reef Runway, as you can probably see. It's man-made reef. The other runway that you see in the distance is 8 left. That's right here. That is closer to the terminal building. The touchdowns get obscured by those trees. So, well, like I said, once or twice a week we go up here so we can be right at the end of 8 left. So those are connected by Lagoon Drive, which runs right down along the lagoon, as you might have guessed. Hickam Air Force Base is over here. So that's why we sometimes get a lot of military action, because Hickam and Daniel K. Inouye International Airport share runways. At one time, Hickam did have its own runway, but that was taken out many, many years ago. And then 8 left actually was quite a bit longer than it is now. It used to be somewhere around 15,000 feet. At one time, it was the longest runway in the world. They've chopped the end off it to make more of Hickam. So it's only 13,000 feet now, I believe. 13,300 or 12,300, one of those two. Oh, maybe 12,300. So it's not quite as long as it used to be. So that was a Cessna Sky Courier. That is a FedEx feeder coming in from one of the other islands. That's Southwest there. It's heading off to San Diego. I had a dream the other night that I was on a 737 going to the mainland. But the seats were like your back was against the window and they were facing in. Like kind of like some buses or subway cars, how the seats are against the window and facing in. So it was a 737 going to the mainland, but the seats were all facing the middle of the plane. It was really weird. So here's another Sky Courier. This is Kamaka Air.
Airspeed 785, runway 4 left, take off, 13504.
and then we're going to go back and catch that 7.5. This is United 1221. This is heading off to LA with the extra X.
Fox 408, Delta, contact now, Fox 408, have a go. Tower, fling 78 Pop Foxtrot on the north 7. Fling 8 Pop Foxtrot, Holland Tower, runway 4, right, clear to land, hold short runway 8 left for a vehicle on runway, or vehicle crossing runway. Runway 4 right, clear to land, hold short, runway 4 left for vehicle on the runway, 8 Pop Foxtrot. Heavy on tower, cross runway left to Juliet.
So our good friend Planespotter Jordan was on that 7.4 that came into 8 left a bit ago. He just messaged me. He just so many of you will know Planespotter Jordan from the chat. He is a UPS pilot. He just arrived in that last Queen on 8 left. So our good friend Hans Olaf Mork is, I always paranoid I'm saying that. That's another, sorry Hans, your name is one of the ones that makes my dyslexia go crazy. So I apologize about that, but I am in agreement. 2 thumbs up for the 757s. And thank you very much for being a channel member for 19 months at the 717 level. That's huge. Thank you very much. VZS, we haven't seen too many incidents. We've been very lucky about that. That is not something I want to see. The closest we've got is we did see a plane land with its gear up a couple months ago. One of the 360 shorts. They mistakenly forgot to put their gear down. Luckily, no one was hurt, and I think the plane's already back in service. So, but we've been very fortunate here not to see that. I don't want to. That's the last thing I want to see. Is I don't know how I'd handle that. Not anymore. The inter-island flights are limited to the Southwest 737s, the Hawaiian 717s, and then anything else is smaller, either PC-12s or the Cessnas that we see, the Cargo Masters or the Caravans. And then, did I mention Sky Courier? The Lanai Air has a Sky Courier for passenger traffic, but the only jets, the only jet planes that are inter-island are the 737s and the 717s. Yeah, luckily, Clifford, I was not here for that. I don't know. I was there that morning, but I had left already. Oh, Airframe Productions, is that one next? Yeah. So this is a Hawaiian Flight 6 heading off to Vegas. This one, I believe they took Stitch off the other side, but it's still on the side we're gonna see. So, if you're not familiar with the Lilo and Stitch liveries, for the movie that came out a couple of months ago, Hawaiian's doing a campaign where they put Lilo and Stitch stickers on the, or mostly Stitch, but it's for the movie, on the 321, the 330, and the 717. They've been taken off the 717 already. The one we're about to see, Stitch is still on the left side, but not on the right side. And I haven't seen the 321 in a while to let you know about that one. I haven't seen that. Just on the right side, we'll still be able to see it from this side. So there is Stitch. He's all above the wing. He's got a sitting there with a hibiscus flower in its ear. If anybody can find a 1/200 scale, I don't even, either one, a 1/200 or 1/400 scale of the Hawaiian 717 with the Lilo and Stitch livery, could you give me could you shoot me over an email with a link to that? I haven't been able to find one. I found the 330 and the 321. I bought the 330. I haven't bought the 321 yet, but I will eventually. So this one's waiting for one of those aforementioned 360 shorts coming in. This is a flying bread box. This is one of the ones that, I don't know if it was this one exactly, but this is one of the ones where they left the gear up. So let's do a gear check. It looks like the gears are down. That's good. .321, but it's not the Stitch one. Pardon me. Thank you very much, Marcy. Our good friend Marcy is celebrating 19 months at the 717 Inter-Island Travel Liberal. Thank you. We have Colleen Barrett going out next. The Canyon Is it Canyon Blue? Yeah, Canyon Blue. Retro livery. This one came in just before we went live this morning. I was, it might have been on the 360 camera, I don't remember, but it was right after I got up into the truck. I have a little bit of both. I have a few 400s and a few 200s. Some I've bought. Some very generous people have given me a couple, so. So like I said, next is the Colleen Barrett. It's heading off to Vegas, so we won't see this one again today. Sometimes the way Southwest usually operates with their 737s is they'll bring it in from the mainland, do a couple of inter-island flights with it, and then send it back to the mainland. So they don't leave a fleet of them here. They rotate them in with the ones that they do the mainland flights for. We don't get a lot of the special liveries from Southwest. We only get a handful. And the only state one we get is the Hawaii one. That's Inouye 1. The rest of the state ones I don't think are ETOP certified, so they don't come here. We get that one. We get the Desert Gold, the Herb Kelleher. And then we get a couple of the smaller special liveries. I mean, smaller as in the logo is smaller. Like the Warrior 1. We get that one a few times, but the actual complete livery ones is we only get the 3. I think it's just the 3. I haven't seen a Inouye 1 in a while. I keep missing it. Spotter train. So the last time I was at Heathrow, I went there and I saw a couple of things I wanted. But I was doing a stream that day, so I had a this was the day I met Keith. Is Keith still in the chat? This is the day I met Keith. So I went to the place by Heathrow and I saw a couple of models that I wanted. And then I was going to do a stream from the spotters tower that's actually right in the same parking lot. But I didn't like the view. There was a bunch of trees in the way. So I actually ended up going down further to the end of the runway. And my plan was to go back to the store to buy the stuff after my stream so I didn't have to carry it around. And I forgot to go back. So I'm very, very annoyed with myself that I did forget to go back. Next time. Sorry, my hand's a little shaky for some reason. I don't know why. Let's try this hand. This hand seems to be a little less shaky. So that is an A380 from ANA. It's if you're new here, that's one of the flying Honus that we get. There's 3 of them. There's that sea green one, there's a blue one, and then there's an orange one. We had the orange one come in about an hour ago. So there's 3 of them. The only flights they make are from Tokyo to here, and then back, obviously. So they rotate 2 of them in here a day. So there's 3 of them, but we only get 2 a day. So if you're wondering why they're called the flying Honu, Honu is the Hawaiian word for sea turtle. So it's about 8:35. So that means we got about an hour left. So we got to think about wrapping it up. I do have a day job that I have to get to, so we have to get out of here to go to that. I have a can't be late today. I usually don't stream on Wednesdays. I have nothing. I usually don't have meetings on Tuesdays or Thursdays. That's why I try to do the streams on Tuesdays or Thursdays. I do have a big meeting on Wednesdays, so I can't be late today because I have to get there and actually prepare for the meeting. Hello everyone. So if you're new here, my name is Patrick. If you have a short memory, my name is Patrick. The channel is Reverse Ops. We're an aviation live stream and tomfoolery channel based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Our home airport is Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. It's right over there. It's named after the late senator from the state and territory of Hawaii. It's 3 or 4 miles west of downtown Honolulu, which is right over there, on the south shore of the beautiful island of Oahu, on the eastern end of the Hawaii archipelago, which stretches some 900 miles across the middle of the Pacific. We do 3 shows a week here, usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Little change in the schedule because of a concert that I went to Monday night. That's why we're doing a Wednesday show this week. Ooh, make sure I'm not. I hear something. Okay, never mind. It's on the other runway. Making sure I'm not missing anything. So if you like what you're seeing, or at least don't hate what you're seeing, could you hit that like button? I would really appreciate that. It really does help spread the word out to other plane spotters, so we can have more friends join us. You can also hit that subscribe button so you know exactly when I go live. They're going to have a... This is day 1 of the 12 Streams of Opsmas. So we have 12 more streams, 11 more streams to go through Opsmas Day, which is coincidentally the same day as Christmas. So we got a lot of plane spotting left to do this month. Should be a lot of fun. In fact, and then we're going to do our New Year's Eve show this year as well. It's going to be a little different than we did last 2 years, but should be still should be as explosive as the last couple of years. So that'll clue you in. Should have a few more airplanes as well. We're going to try to get more airplanes in the New Year's show this year. If you're interested in taking that next step with us, we do have membership levels available, starting at just $2 a month. There's 4 levels available, each with their own unique benefits, going all the way up to the 787 level, which has a discount code for the shop. So that leads me into, we do have a shop, a merch shop, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all that kind of jazz. And we're running a special right now at the shop to coincide with the 12 days of Opsmas. If you use the promo code Opsmas, when at checkout, you get free shipping on any order over $20. So anything, any combination of things, any location, if I'm legally able to ship it there, anywhere in the world, there's no countries off the list unless I'm not legally able to send it there. So jot down that website, jot down that code, and make sure you use it at checkout. But I know I said a lot of things in the last minute, and try to make it easy to find me. You can head on over to reverseops.com/find-me, and you get a summary of everything I just said, all the levels, all the things. There's also links to the social medias there, the Instagrams, the Discord channel. Check out the Discord channel before I kill it, because it's starting to be a pain. So get into the Discord channel quick before I kill it. But all that's right there. The QR code for the people on the TV, but if you're on a computer, you can go to reverseops.com/find-me. So basically all of that is to say thank you for being here. Really appreciate everyone. Next one in is a Southwest. Perfect timing. Look at this. I ran out of things to say right before the Southwest got here. It's almost like I planned it that way. I don't need the hat every day. Okay, look. Okay. Let me show you this here. Okay. Go to the pat cam. See here, the sun still hasn't got above my towel. So I'm being blocked from the sun by the towel. When the sun gets above the towel, see how the sun, well, if I raise the camera, the sun up here? When the sun gets up here, then I need the hat. So in the morning, up until probably 10 o'clock, I don't need the hat. It's after that. But thank you for your concern. I appreciate that, Rainbow Love. I hope I had that. Did I hope I switched the camera to the right camera that I was showing everybody with. But anyway. So you don't need the hat till after about 10 o'clock when the sun rises far enough to where it gets on the other side of that towel. You didn't see anything? What the heck? Open your... Okay. Alright, we'll do it again, because, what? Okay. There, look. See? Towel, sun being blocked. When the sun gets higher, see how the sun comes through the sunshade a little bit? That's when I need the That's when I need the hat. When it's like this, no hat. Yes hat. No hat. Yes hat. Capiche?
So 180 heavy turn left at 0, then contact wrong. 0 to ground, Delta.
Everybody good?
9 to go back on like 4 left, for now. 4 left, for 50.
Alright, so the next one coming in is that second FedEx 757 that I was telling you about. It's actually coming in a few minutes early. That's good.
Honolulu Tower, 296, 07, runway 4 right.
296 hotel, only 4 white for the land, type 1 position, crossing runway. 4 right, clear to land, and traffic will be after market.
Near. Far. Near. Far. Alright, so that one was coming in. That was a 757, by the way, if you didn't know. That was coming in from Maui. We have a UPS 767 heading down here that's heading off to Ontario. This is the one I was telling you about earlier that I don't know if it's a seasonal flight that's just, there's more packages nowadays, or if this is one of the flights that is picking up the slack from the MD-11s. I don't know. So that'll be right over here in a couple seconds. Should poke its head out from around that blue GA hangar. Hello, Mark. Hello, Lance. Thanks for being here. Stay warm. The 12 rants of Opsmas. That's a good one. We might go over 12 though, so yeah. Yeah, CFI, we don't get these a ton. And like I was saying, I don't know if this is just a seasonal flight for the uptick in packages, or if this is something that's taking the slack off from the MD-11 not flying. I don't know. Because the MD-11 wouldn't have been, if the MD-11 was still flying, it wouldn't have been right now. They usually bring those in the afternoon or evening. So that leads me to believe it's probably a just a seasonal uptick flight.
Looking for direct officer available.
Direct officer on sir.
Direct officer, complete.
Go to 96 for my Delta, then contact ground. Go Delta, contact guy, good night.
Hello, fire pick.
Good morning, that's the 1034 crossing the west shoreline, visually. 1034 down, I need left to right. 1034 left down, out of 6 now. Still not in left, go to 4 left, and after 1034. I'm straight down.
He's currently, this UPS is, there's a whole short line right there for the 4 right approach. So that's what he's waiting on. So that tells me there's probably something coming in. Let's see what that is. Yes, it's a competitor plane. It's a FedEx feeder. It is a sky courier. If you ever wanted to get your photo on jet photos, there's a lot of the new sky couriers here. You can come out and take a picture of them. Since there's no photo of them already, you might have a good shot at getting your photo up on jet photo easily. All these, I think all of them but one don't have a photo out here on flight radar. So, hello EM. Brett. Ooh, 2 times 3. I believe that's 6 F-22s. All right. Yeah, what's really interesting, Centex, you say the jet photos people are really tricky, are really picky. It's weird. Sometimes I'll see, most of them are like the side photo, very well lit, very thing. But if you go back to like that 757 that was just in here, that's like a cityscape photo where the city's behind it. That FedEx 757, and then if you go to, no, it's not lit up anymore. The other FedEx 757, its photo is like from a weird angle, so it doesn't make any sense to me. Of course, I've never submitted any of my photos to any of those sites because they're my photos. I don't want them on someone else's site.
Hello, Tower, Skyhawk, November 3927, north or inbound for runway 4 right.
Ooh.
Right to Sona Tower, enter left base, runway 4 right, clear to land, hold short runway 8 left. Enter left base for runway 4 right, hold short of 8 left, 297. Runway 8 left, clear to land.
Hello, Kirsten. Good to see you. Talked about these a little while ago. This is a PC-12 coming in from Lanai. The resorts over there's 2 resorts on Lanai. They there's one up on the mountain. It's not a very big mountain, but it is a mountain. And then there's one down by the coast. They're both owned by Larry Ellison. And if you book a hotel room there, they'll fly you over from Honolulu on one of those PC-12s or the Sky Courier. They have a passenger Sky Courier. They'll take you over there, and you think, wow, you get a flight included in your hotel room? Well, yeah. When the hotel room is like $6,000 a night, they'll throw you in a flight. Hello, Rayleigh.
1413 Everett Tower, runway 8 left, for the land contact, Heavy Dreamliner, 6 miles ahead, copy, home position, depart, departure.
Here goes that UPS. Ooh, I see some F-22s. F-22s are coming out. Hello, Lucas. Hi, Qantas 103 from Sydney is on final for 8 left. We'll see if, I don't know if we'll take that if the F-22s are going. So I currently see 3. There's one here. There's another one behind it, and another one behind that one. Let's see where the rest are. Hello, local boy 808. Good to see you. Maria, I hope we were able to catch them. Sometimes if they go out on 8 left, we can't see them behind us, but hopefully we caught them for you. Alright, so I think we're going to be able to catch the Qantas. These don't look like they're going to go in the next couple seconds. So this had been a Dreamliner for a while. The last couple of times they brought it in as a 330 just to mess with me. Still waiting for them to bring Yam Dreaming back. It's been here a couple times in the last few months, but always ends up on a day I'm not streaming. Alright, so the next one in, we probably should be able to get this one as well, is the Asiana. It's a 777. We talked a little bit ago about the Korean Air adding an extra flight a day for December. The Asiana has also added extra flights. So the Asiana extra flights, they went from 5 days a week to 7 days a week, which is very odd. They're picking up all this extra seats with these two airlines, Korean and Asiana, right after Alaska pulled the Hawaiian flight from here to Seoul. So I don't know what that means. And a lot of the flights are sold out already. If you scroll through a Korean Air site through most of the month, at least one of their flights a day, either the additional one or the one that's been coming in here for a while, is sold out. So there is the demand. A little bit heat hazy out there, but it's okay.
Tower 543 is visual for right. 543, you want to try change 184 left, 184 left, to the land, long landing approved. 4 left, clear land, long landing approved, 543. Hotel 232, ticketing hotel. Okay, you got 232, turn left and hotel, then contact ground. Left to hotel, contact ground, Hotel 232. 4 China Tower, 45 traffic to take off, traffic spot, 4 mile on runway, go. Function, quick take off, South 4 times. 24, contact departure. Contact departure, 54.
First of two Singapore Airlines, that's co-branded with DHL, is on the downwind, so we should be able to see that here in a few minutes. My camera, hold on a second, my camera keeps drifting up. So I'm gonna move it just a tad forward, see if that fixes the drift. Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah, when someone comes in my office, Oracle of Destruction, and someone comes in my office and the plane streaming is going on, I mute it and I just pretend I was pretending I was on a meeting that I'm muting. Oh yeah, I was just on a meeting. On a Zoom meeting. Korean Air is almost to Kauai. We should be able to get that in the show. It's 30 minutes out. It's the new 2025 livery for the Dreamliner X. Right in front of it is another Dreamliner. This one's a 9. It's the third ANA we'll get today. Those should both make it in the show today. I don't see the second DHL out there somewhere. There's usually 2. Oh, it's way far out. I don't think it'll make it in the show today. The one coming from Cincinnati is running late. Oh, you're quite welcome, Eham. I'm glad you liked that. Did you get a chance to see the? You saw the radar out the window in Pearl Harbor, did you? The camera I had used for that is great for walking around. It's not great for zooming in, though. Ooh, a moose lit up at Hickam. All right. I have not heard anything on ATC about the F-22s. So I don't know if they're... I'm assuming they requested it. They usually do. But I haven't heard anything from ATC about them. I don't know yet. Yeah, it was really bad on one side of the plane, on one side of the train. The other side wasn't so bad. There's got to be a way I can stop the autofocus on that camera. I'll have to look into it if we do something like that again.
Number 5, looking for a caravan departing runway 81. Full mic by contact.
CFI on the fly, I believe there is. I need to look into that. Oh, there's the DHL Singapore. A little overexposed there, but it's there. CFI on the fly, I believe there is. They canceled the one for Veterans Day. But as far as I know, the one for Pearl Harbor Day is still on. That is on Sunday. I do not know if we're going to be able to do that one or not. This is a 135. Looks like it came out of Kapolei. Anybody know where this 135 came from? It looks like it came out of Kapolei. Alright, so they just told, this is Gamecock 1-1, told them to line up and wait, so getting close. Alright, so no hang 10 on these first three. They were told maintain 16,000. No hang 10, but they sure got to 16,000 as fast as they could. I'll take that.
1056, talk for departed heavy C-17 climbing 10 runway 8 right to production.
So we have another 717, and then we have, I see 2 F-22s behind the 717. There's 717 and then 2.
31 runway 8 right line up the way.
Hello, Tower Magnum 2, Rhode Island, ready.
Welcome to North Office to the President Hall.
President Hold, Magnum 2.
At 5118 turn right Delta, then contact us.
Oh, there's the third one.
Honolulu Tower, President 5.
That Hawaiian there we just saw depart is heading off to Maui. Thanks, Mike. Mike's letting it, Mike let me know that the 30th anniversary livery national 747 is coming in today. That's always a cool one to see. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be coming in too late. I think that's coming in about the same time as the Korean 747, about a little after 11. Thanks, everybody. So Rayleigh Benberg 6541 has come in. Says whoop whoop. That was so cool. I could feel the vibration here in Auckland. Thanks to the great stream, Pat. Looking forward to seeing the 22s in a few weeks. That'll be fun. It's I mean, it's cool on video, but it is a sent over the. Sometimes you can actually kind of feel them in your chest when they go by. When you're standing right up against the fence, so that'll be a lot of fun. But thank you for the New Zealand $9 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for your support, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Yeah, when they do a full hang 10 or the unrestricted climb, and they're leaving out of here with the full afterburners going, and they're really close to the ground, sometimes you can feel it in your chest, just the vibrations. It's kind of like I used to go to NASCAR and IndyCar races in Texas, or even the drag races. You could feel, when they went by, you could feel the vibrations in your chest. It's awesome. So Ray, I think you might have messaged me again the other day, and I think I missed your last message. So I'll look at that after the show today. I think I remember seeing that, and I forgot to read it. So I will look at that after. This is a visitor we don't get a lot here. So we don't usually get a lot of Dash 8s here. We do occasionally get them on delivery flights for Qantas Link. But there's none I know that are here in Hawaii. This one is Avmax. I've never heard of that company before. It's a Canadian company. This one's heading off to Victoria. I don't know where it came from. Let's see where it came from. Oh, it came from Majuro, so it looks like it's coming back the other direction. I wonder if this is a former Qantas Link plane. I think I heard him telling 2 more F-22s to come this way. So that's should be the 8 we're expecting. Oh, interesting. 4K aircraft live. Thank you. I don't usually pay that much attention, honestly, to a lot of the other airlines around the world. I probably should. Oh, didn't mean to take that out. Let's put that back. Our good friend GE 1754. I'm gonna get used to these at names eventually. But thank you, GE. Coming with a $2 super chat. U.S. air power is simply amazing. Great channel. Thank you very much. I can't take much credit for the U.S. air power, but thank you very much for the compliment on the channel. I appreciate that. According to Flight Radar, it's a Dash 8 300. Kirsten knows her Dash 8s. So this is the one that came right in front of that, the little... I forget what this is already. Jeez. Dash 8 should be next. Thanks again, GE. I really appreciate it. Really does help the channel. Alright, so now we have two more F-22s on the end of the runway there. Korean is still just off the coast, so we'll see if we get the new Korean Dreamliner and these. These are waiting for a Asia Pacific to come in on the crossing runway, so we'll see how it times out. We'll get the Asia Pacific first because obviously it's gonna go before anything else. I think I also hear a Queen back there somewhere. We'll see if that's my hearing's that good here in a second. is a Queen lit up back there. But I think what I was listening was the no, the Queen is lit up back there. We'll see. Still says not available. I believe this one's heading off to. Where does 58 go? I forget. Ugh. One of these days I'll figure it out. Yeah, that Mike 117. That was way before my time, I believe. I don't remember Hawaiian having -7 since I've been here. Is Wellington live in the house? Oh yeah, there he is. I was looking for your actual name, not your @ name, and I couldn't find it. WLG Live. Well, welcome. Hope everything in the southern hemisphere is going well today. So I want to remind everyone today, today is stream 1 of the 12 streams of Opsmas. So we're going to be streaming for Opsmas. Oh, I missed the Korean. Oh, I missed the Korean. Yeah. Oh well. Sorry about that. The 12 streams of Opsmas. Today is stream 1. If I've timed it correctly, we'll do 12 streams ending on Opsmas, which just so happens to be the same as Christmas Day. So we got a lot of aviation to come this month. One of those will be a little bit different than an aviation stream. We're going to do a little bit of driving in one of the streams. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be closer to Opsmas. We'll get that closer to Opsmas. But if you're wondering what the first day of Opsmas brings, on the first stream of Opsmas, my live streamer gave to me a Pualani 717. So we'll figure out tomorrow what stream 2 brings us in the 12 streams of Opsmas. So along with that, we do have a shop special running right now for the 12 streams of Opsmas. Free shipping worldwide for any orders over $20 at the shop. We're going to run this special all month long until Opsmas. It ends Opsmas night, which, like I said, gets coincidentally Christmas night. So make sure you use that code Opsmas at checkout. That's good for everything in the shop, anywhere that'll let you ship, as long as the total is over $20 US. So thanks everyone for indulging my insanity. Hong Kong, thank you. Ooh, we've picked up quite a few subscribers today. Thank you very much. We were at 19,898 when we started the show. We're at 19,930. So we're 70 subscribers away from that big round number of 20,000. Ooh, oh, it's very close. Everybody get the theme to Jaws in your head right now. Everybody hum along. Done it. And that's about as much as I can go without being sued. Yeah, CFI on the fly. Christmas is a pretty big holiday here. Lots of people decorate. Lots of people go all out. Hello, Allison. This one right here is a 747-400. The easiest way to tell is just to look at the end of the wings. If you look, see how the end of the wings, the 400s here have the mini sharklets, the mini winglets that go up. So if you'll see here, see how it has the winglet here. This is a 400. On the 800s, it's more like the Dreamliner, where the wingtip just goes gradually up and doesn't really have the sharp protruding things. That's the easiest way to tell the difference between a 400 and an 800. There's a lot of other differences, but that's a quick visual clue. This is Aloha Air Cargo. This is a 737-400. Oops, I'm trying to read and pan at the same time, not working. Came in from Hilo. Hilo is on the east side of the big island of Hawaii, so it is the farthest you can go east and still be in Hawaii. That's the actual easternmost point of the state's a little south of Hilo, north of Puna. I forget the name of the town it's in, but there's a place that's the easternmost point in the state, and they say it has the cleanest air on the planet because the prevailing wind there is from the east, and so by the time it gets there, all the pollution and particles have dropped out of it. So they say it's the cleanest air in the planet. I'm just I don't have any scientific data to back that up. That's just what I was told. So if you want to get some clean air, I will say I went out there, and the air did seem very clear. See very clear air looking out over the ocean there. There's a little. I went out there because I was told there was a lighthouse out there, so I went out there to see the lighthouse. And it turns out the lighthouse was just a big stick with a light on top of it, so it was kind of disappointing. But to stand there and breathe the cleanest air on the planet, I guess it was okay. The westernmost part of the state is probably about 900 or 1,000 miles away from that. The state actually stretches much farther than the traditional maps show you. The maps show you the 8 major islands, but the state is technically made up of islands and atolls and little bits of land that stretch 900 or so miles through the Hawaii archipelago. The state's not that far. I forget, I think the state stretches 500 or 600 miles, if I remember correctly. But the state is actually made up of these little things. It's a nature preserve out there, so there's no one actually lives out there. There's scientists go out there. Every once in a while they relocate a seal out there. We get these aggressive seals that bother people. So instead of punishing the people, we punish the seal and move the seal out there. Doesn't make much sense to me. Alright, so he was just told to cancel his takeoff clearance. Yeah, Kevin, they have to change those windsocks quite frequently because the sun just beats down on them and just bleaches everything, and that and the salt air, they don't last very long. Of course, what's funny, there's the one behind me that's a windsock that's an American flag. I'll see if I can show you that real quick while we're waiting on UPS. There's one over here. There it is. This one's less official. It's an American flag windsock. They either keep replacing it with the exact same one, or it's been that one for as long as I can remember. That one I don't think is one of the official windsocks for the airport. I think that's just put there for the GA people. But then again, I'm not even sure if the one on the fence here is one of the official ones, because it doesn't get lit up at night. The other ones that are further over get lit up at night. This one does not. Ooh. Wind's picking up. Alright, 8 right, clear for takeoff. Wow, we really 33 likes to 500? Wow. Thanks, everybody. You guys are awesome. Hi, so not very exciting. I should have done this in reverse order, but I think we're gonna call this this Southwest our Honolulu plane of the day. And unfortunately, I should have done that in reverse order. I should have had the UPS be our last plane of the day, but this is our Honolulu plane of the day. I have got to get to work. No members scroll today because the video file got corrupt. I'm sorry about that. I went to play it this morning and it didn't want to play on the encoder, so I think the video file got corrupt. So we will get that fixed for tomorrow. But I do want to thank all my membership level, all my members, the 717s, the 321s, the 330s, the 787s. As I say a lot, we're like PBS here with a Patrick Broadcasting System. We're like PBS, we are completely member funded, so everything is made possible by you. So thank you very much. So don't forget, this is stream 1 of the 12 streams of Opsmas. Today's was the Pualani 717, so tune in tomorrow and we'll find out what the second stream of Opsmas brings. So thanks everyone for being here. Really had a good time today. Thanks for everyone for all the membership gifts and anniversaries and donations earlier in the stream. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to head off to work. We'll be back out here tomorrow. Same Pat time, same Pat channel. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about the promo in this shop. That's reverseopshop.com, and the promo is Opsmas for for free shipping on any order over $20. I appreciate all of you. I know that I've had a bunch of orders already just in this show, so thank you very much to everyone who ordered. I can't see the names in front of me right now, but thank you very much for placing the orders today. It really does help the channel. Anything ordered before, I think anything ordered before Monday should get there before Christmas. So take that in mind. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Aloha, everyone. Oh, by the way, one last thing. We're going to send you over to the 360 camera as soon as we're done here. So don't go anywhere. You can watch me break down on the 360 camera.